Welcome back to the Tinkerage. If you've been following my recent reorganisation vlogs, you'll know that I'm completely changing the Tinkerage around, or at least sort of major storage. And one of the things that I want to do is to make better access to things like my component boxes. So I'm planning to make a storage rack today, which will allow each one of these to slide in and out separately, rather than having to move 4 here in order to get to the bottom one, for example. Now, I have been thinking about putting these in 2 stacks of 5, so I've got 10, but actually I'm going to make it slightly different. I'm not going to put that one in, and I'm going to make it into 3 stacks of 3. So the plan is to take this piece of 18mm flooring chipboard left over from flooring out my loft, use that as a shelf, and then use some pieces of plywood, 18mm plywood, as 1, 2, 3, 4 uprights. The lowest box will just be resting on the shelf, and the upper 2 boxes will be supported on the uprights with a little bit of a gap using pieces of batten. The uprights are already the right size. The sizing for this is obviously depending on what you want to do. I'll talk about sizing the gap shortly. There are a number of ways of building these. If I had a router table, and I might route out some grooves so that the drawers will fit in directly. And that's probably the most compact way of doing it. But I have this batten left over, so I'm just going to use that essentially to create supports. Okay, so there we go. As you can see, I measured out the positions of these central supports and the end support by putting the trays actually in place. You can measure. I just find sometimes it's easier to put something in place and build around it, or as I did with the spacing out. You can see that on there. I actually used this kind of piece of wood to act like a storyboard, a story stick. And from that I was able to know that I could use this piece as the guide and the supports themselves as for positioning. They're easily adaptable, lots of ways of doing these, some very tidy ones. Probably the nicest one I've seen is an entire system, and that was Adam Savage with Sortimo boxes. Significant difference in price and the amount of storage. So I've got room on top for additional storage, maybe some tins, maybe some of these new storage boxes I've got will fit that way on. As I'm reorganising, I don't know yet exactly how I'll put that in. Thank you for watching. If you like this, please do hit like, particularly please hit subscribe, and I'd really appreciate if you could share so that my channel will grow and encourage me to make more things and share them with you. Thanks for now. Bye.